Hello guys and girls, hello Kyle, hope you're doing well. Sorry for not having posted a video last week, so I know that I'm a bit late. But last week I had some friends over from Germany, and I was basically away with them all week, and yeah, so I didn't have a chance to prep a video, so hopefully you forgive me, and I promise you that I've got two for you today. One is going to be the one that I'm doing right now is going to be about another book review that again just really helped me put a different perspective on my life and change things around for me quite significantly. And that's The Richest Man in Babylon. Now, it's I don't know which book I read first. I think it was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I read, like literally right after I read The Richest Man in Babylon. But as I said, those two books, along with some others, were like really fundamental in helping shift my mindset and how I think about money, investments, and generally how to achieve FIRE, so financial independence, retiring early. Um, so I just wanted to give you my honest opinion of the book, as I did with Rich Dad Poor Dad. So in this case, it's literally, yeah, it's just a brilliant book. It's I don't know, it blew my mind when I read it. I mean, the main concept of the book is really about saving at least 1/10 of your earning, or 10% of your earnings, and if you can more, but at least 1/10, and then having that 1/10 slowly start to accumulate more and more. So in the words in the book, it's making money makes like gold multiply. So it's all about investing wisely, and it was really a fundamental thing that before I never budgeted. I was never really aware of my expenses, or well, I knew my income, but I wasn't aware of my outgoings. I knew that I got money in at the beginning of the month or in the middle of the month, and then I know that a month later I still had money left over, that slowly over time accumulated to be able to afford me holidays, etc. But I never knew exactly how much that was, or how much I didn't put anything in savings as such. So it was just really, yeah, a real fundamental mind shift in doing that, and all of a sudden thinking, okay, so at least 10% of my income I gotta put away and put to good use. So as I said in the previous video, at the moment I'm up to 35% or so that I'm putting away and saving of my monthly income. And it's really just that, but it's also then the book talks about this thing called lifestyle inflation. It doesn't mention it as such because it's a more or less newer term that has been coined recently. But it's basically to not confuse your necessary expenses with your desires. So you have this is what you need. So you need shelter, you need food, etc. So your necessary expenses are different to, oh, I got a place to live and I got a car. It's not the best or latest or anything like that, but it suffices for now. It's perfectly legitimate, it's roadworthy, the house is fine, it doesn't have any cracks, the windows are all okay, etc. And really, it's about, as you earn more, your lifestyle, you become accustomed to it. So that's why so many pro athletes and all that, once they stop, or once they end their careers, they go bankrupt because they had lifestyle inflation. They made millions, but they also spent millions. So when they then retire, then all of a sudden they don't have the income anymore, and all the desires are still there. That's what they still want. That's what they are accustomed to. Whereas if they had just focused on the necessities, maybe a higher level of necessities than a normal person would, but still, if they just plan for that necessity level, then they would have savings, and they would be able to live at that comfortable level. But they don't. So yeah. Anyway, getting back to the book, it then also talks about working hard to improving your skills and ensuring a future income, and that's really all about. You gotta improve. You gotta continuously improve yourself, make yourself valuable to your work, to your active income. And as much as it sounds boring and say, why isn't this passive income and all that? These are things that you can build up. But the book talks clearly about if you work hard to improve your skills, then that is going to help you increase your wealth because it is reliable on a steady income stream. And passive income can be steady, but it can also be quite unreliable. You don't quite know. So take for example, you're renting out a place. So you buy a place, you rent it out. So okay, there's a couple of things that could go wrong. So the person couldn't pay the rent, or won't pay the rent, or maybe he only moved in for a couple of days and then decided, no, I don't want to move yet, I want to move out, and then you have a vacant property. So there's quite a few things that could happen with a passive income generating stream like owning a house and renting it, that you wouldn't have with an active income, where you go to work and you get paid for the work you do. So the book acknowledges that you have to do that. You have to have your active income, and you have to improve your skills and your knowledge and your position in the company to make more active income, which then means you can save more money, which you can then invest, which can then accumulate more money for you. And again, it was just a very fundamental shift that yes, you can have side hustles and trying to build up passive income streams, but until they are reliable and continuous, you can never discount your main source of income, which is going to be your active income. And then the last point really of the book is it's really about you can't reach the level you want, you can't reach your destination, your fulfillment, everything that you want to achieve by getting rich, until you crush the spirit of procrastination. And that's really, it's all about just taking action. It is literally just as simple as just starting a savings account is taking the action required. Making sure that 10% of your income goes straight into your savings account, that you do not touch under any circumstances. So you just put it there, you forget it, and then you still have your main bank account, and that's what you have to live with. That's action. Then once you have a nice saved up pot of money, then taking it and investing it wisely, that is action. So it's all about stop procrastinating, stop saying, oh, I'm waiting another year, I'm waiting another month, another day. Just get on and do it. And I know that is a lot easier said than done, but fundamentally that is what the book advises, what the book talks about. And on that note, I should also say that the book talks about guarding your treasures against loss. So don't invest in things that sound too good to be true, because in most cases they are. Um, and secondly, it's also don't invest in things that you don't understand. So I mean, this is when you look at Warren Buffett, for example. Um, that's what he preaches as well. He really looks at each company where he wants to buy a stock and really does his research. And the book basically says exactly the same thing. Is you need to understand fully what you're investing in. Otherwise, it's gambling, and you don't want to gamble your money away. Um, and yeah, that's really the key points of the richest man in Babylon, in kind of like a relatively quick tour. Now, my honest feelings about the books are that, obviously, as you read it, it discusses, it covers other little points as well. Um, but fundamentally, as I said, it changed the way I thought about money, and how to accumulate money, and what to do with the money that I earn. And really, it helped me learn about fire in a way, because that then got me curious about other books like it, similar to Richard Purdat, and I started learning more and more about it, and started my own journey to fire from this book. So for me, it was really an eye opener. So I can only recommend that you read it. And if you want to have a read at it, I posted the link for Amazon down below. So if you want, go check it out. And yeah, I think it's definitely worth a read, just because it changed my perspective quite fundamentally. Um, and it's also really good, easy to understand read that can profoundly change your life. Um, and yeah, that's it from me for this one. I hope you liked it. If you want to hear similar book reviews by me or Kyle again, let us know. I like doing them. I like reading the books, so I'll tell you my thoughts about them, and yeah, I hope you appreciate it. And if you do, leave a comment, leave a like, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheerio.